Oh, this is creepingnet live from the garage again. We're playing AstroDodge on the original Tandy 1000A for Tandy 2024. AstroDodge is a game that was actually made for DOS. It's a clone of one of my favorite arcade games, Asteroids. So we're going to go ahead and get started on it. So you can see I use F9 and F10 to rotate left and right, insert the thrust, delete to fire, space to hyperdock, numlock to start the game, and scroll lock to exit the game. So I'll have to find the scroll lock key on here. I don't think I have a scroll lock on this Tandy 1000, to be honest. So yeah, that's one of the limitations of having a Tandy 1000 computer. I must describe before this is that some of these key maps don't work. You might notice on some of the Sierra games it says like Tandy 1000 keyboard. That's why. This is a really old game from 1982. I mean, it literally uses the numlock to turn the freaking game on and off. We use F9, F10. I use, typically when I play this on the Tandy 1000, I put my left index and left pointer and next to my ring finger for F9, F10. I use the same fingers on my right hand for insert delete, and I use my palm for hyperspace with the space bar. So let's hit numlock, and here we go. There's no audio in this, so, you know. Same thing. As you can see, I mean, it's a pretty standard space shooter sort of thing. There are some palette options on it. It does a pretty good job of getting the experience down, though. And it's not that bad on a 8088 at 4.77 megahertz. It's actually a pretty good little clone of Asteroids, honestly. And I'm pretty good at it, but it doesn't have any music or any sound, you know. So we're just sort of, you're just going to hear me talking in the keys. Yeah, I might have to concentrate here for a moment. I usually just stay in the center anyway, because that's all fun to me, is just blowing stuff up. So this is another one of those good little short spurt games, so this video isn't going to be that long. We might play one round if I can't get the numlock to work. It is a little clunky, especially on an old 8088 machine like this, Tandy. Well, this Tandy's actually running a V20. So there you go, wave one's down. Got a few more atomic cookies to blow up. Yeah, make of that what you will. Here we go. Of course, you have the UFO. Shoot these guys all up here. Should have looked out for that guy. Oh well. Yeah, so this is not going to be one of the more exciting games we're going to play on the Tandy 1000. We're probably going to put some of these up for DOScember, so if it doesn't come out for Tandy, it's going to be on DOScember. And I might throw background music on it when I edit it. So, there you go. Because I'm going to play a bunch of these non-Tandy games, too, and put them up for DOScember. So now we're going to hit another round. Just played a really long round before I got started on this. Yeah, short spurt game. There you go. I mean, it's speeding up a little bit. Of course, I probably slowed it down a little bit with the memory, and Tandys aren't exactly the fastest computers in the world. Ah! Yeah, so now we're going to go over here. Start shooting some of these guys. Get the UFO, we gotta get him for high score. Alright, we're gonna kinda ooh, we got one of the higher level UFOs here. The one that looks like looks like a freaking TIE fighter. I haven't even seen that one yet. But then I haven't really played this much. I've had this game in my stash for about 15 years now, and I haven't really put it to good use on anything yet. The reason why you end up stashing this stuff, kids, is back in the early days of the internet when everybody was like, oh, don't buy our old games, don't buy our old games used, buy this new copy. Yeah. Of course, I'm sure nobody cares because this is like an old independently developed DOS game from like 1982. And I've had a few of these where like the makers are actually, or even their children or relatives, have actually sent me compliments for showing their work on my channel. Even if my channel isn't like the most popular or most well-liked YouTube channel on YouTube. Of course, granted, I do everything on a low budget. I guess maybe that's a good part for this discussion with me kind of seeming almost like a screwed up version of Review Tech USA. I don't know if he's kosher or if something's happened to him or whatever, but I never really listened to him much anyway. I just knew him as the guy who would ramble while he played video games. Alright, wow, we're getting a little more speed this time. We're getting a little more pep. I think I incurred some lunacy this go around. But yeah, we just play different rounds of this. This is one of those good little short spurt games that you do in between your spreadsheets and typing up stuff in professional right for work, you know. Probably what you got as a rich kid in MIT back in like 1982 off of a bulletin board somewhere that actually hosted like games for the IBM PC. Let's try that hyperspace feature. It didn't even really move me anywhere. Alright, well, it moved me, it just didn't move me very far. So I guess you caught that. We're just hammering the crap out of these asteroids. Yeah, I'm going to probably stop playing this after this round. It makes my hands hurt because this isn't the most comfortable position. Although it is pretty accurate to an arcade game in some ways, but I'm running a risk of hitting other keys on the keyboard or causing errors by holding down other keys if I get too comfortable. Head around here. Oh, here that guy goes. Ah, that was nice. Yeah, it loops back kind of like the Atari 2600 version. Okay, TIE Fighter, time for my revenge. There. Oh, they're the atomic pizzas incoming. Come on. Gotta hit these guys. Ooh. Not a bad round, really. That was one nice thing about these asteroid games is they typically wait for the field to be clear enough for your ship to show up. This game isn't too terribly hard either. It's just right. Just that mild I mean, even if you got used to the controls as a youngin', you'd probably actually get along with this pretty well. I mean, it's not like it's tremendously hard or Nintendo hard, as they call it now, which is really just Atari hard for people who don't understand what Atari is, or think it's too old, so old it's laughably bad. Which Atari isn't bad. I love Atari. Enough to build a guitar shape like the logo, so yeah. We're gonna kind of shoot some more of these guys.